Hello, everyone. Really excited to get online and be here with you all virtually. We'll get started here in a moment. Looks like we've got a few more participants that are coming in, so very excited to get this group together. So I see more trickling in. We're going to get rolling. I'm Michael Gonzalez. I'm CEO of MSI Data. I have been with MSI since the end of October, and really excited, like I mentioned, to spend some time here with you today to talk about expert technicians in your pocket. So we're gonna go over Service Pro AI, something we've been working very hard on for the last few months. We've been working hard on it with our engineering team and with our marketing team, our sales team, and most importantly, with our customers as well. So for those of you that don't know me, like I mentioned, I started back in October. I'm really passionate about field service management. I think this is a really special category of software. I really feel strongly that the customers that we have, they're out there making the world work. This is something that I am truly passionate about. I actually have someone that's going to go service some pool equipment today. So you bet right after this webinar, I'm going to get out there and ask him what he's using, because this is an area that I totally geek out at. So I have a background in product management. I can really get deep in the weeds and technical and just make sure that we're building things for our customers. Really my top value, customer success. So it's really important for us to make sure we're delivering on that for you. So once again, just welcome and thank you so much for spending time with us today. You know, for our customers, we know that your time is incredibly precious. You are all working incredibly hard to keep your organizations up and running. I've had a chance to connect with many of you and learn about the mission critical service that you're all delivering. I am grateful that you have trust in MSI Data and Service Pro to power that mission critical field service operation that you run, whether it's heavy industrial equipment, whether it's pool servicing, whether it's power generators, HVAC equipment. There's a whole lot of different categories of or different industries that you're all in. And once again, I am incredibly grateful for your all. And then just a quick shout out to the MSI team. Yes, it's been a few months since I've been on board. I am incredibly impressed about your dedication to customers. You are all really living our value of trust, customer success, and innovation. So great job so far. And like I said, really energized to be here with you today. And let's dive in. We've got a lot of content for you. We're going to talk about some of the key problems that you all have been telling us about. We're going to give you our vision and how we want to go and solve a lot of those areas of really importance for your organizations with AI. We're going to have a bit of time with our customer, Chuck Del Cielo from IPS, Integrated Power Solutions, and he's going to tell you about his own AI journey. And then we're going to get into the roadmap, and we're going to talk a bit about our trial and just what we've learned from customers and how you can get involved and how we can really help you. So let's go ahead and dive into those challenges. So 3 things that have been bubbling up consistently in virtually every conversation that I'm having with customers, whether it's been at MSI, whether it was at Salesforce before. These are 3 really common themes that bubble up across field service management customers today. The first one is you're being asked to transform your organizations with AI, right? It's really buzzy technology, whether you're private equity owned, you have a board to report to. One of the key things that what is your AI strategy? How are you going to take advantage of this technology? How are you going to go and deploy it to your workforce? How are you going to make your customers more successful? How are you going to deliver to them? We know that we've seen a lot of data points out there. Up to 80% of AI projects fail. A lot of times it's really difficult to know exactly where to start. What business problems are you going to go solve? Are you introducing AI as a bolt-on? Are you changing your business process because of AI? So a lot of really, really great questions out there that you really need to start thinking about when you want to go out and transform your organization with this technology. The technology is moving fast. So if you don't have a strategy today, certainly here to help you sort that out. And we're even going to talk a little bit about our own journey at MSI pretty soon here. The second problem that we hear as well is just you have an aging workforce. 50% of service organizations are not able to, not fully staffed. And so you don't have enough technicians. You have a lot of them that are aging out or unable to perform the work anymore. Maybe physically the bodies just can't handle it, because we know field service, it can be very hands-on. you're on your knees, you get, injuries, the types of things are very difficult, and very physical. And so knowing that there is a large group of the technicians that are starting to exit the workforce, you're not able to replenish and bring new technicians in and make them productive. It takes months in order to get them to a state to where you can get them out there and reliable just on their own. And so you really are looking for solutions to help drive that amount of time down, bring those technicians up, and make them more productive. And the last but not least, every single customer that I've talked to, that you had a bunch of investments in a lot of different systems, whether it's field service management like Service Pro, an ERP like NetSuite, a CRM like Salesforce, an EAM, whatever other 3-letter acronyms you can throw out there. You have all these investments that you've made, but they're very siloed. You're not able to connect them efficiently. And when you do make those investments in doing it, what do you do with all that data? So it's really a great opportunity to go in, have AI go in, help manage those integrations, but then also start getting value and unlocking real value and ROI out of the data investments that you've made. And so let me hit on our vision and where we want to go next. Okay, so we want to transform field service from this reactive cost center into a proactive asset-first competitive advantage. And so that's a lot of words. And so what we really want to do is we want to really invest in helping you deliver proactive service. Get in front of problems before they start. Find opportunities to help customers keep their assets up and running. Find opportunities with the right intelligence in both the back office and the workers' hands and the field worker hands to find opportunities to upsell and to generate revenue. Find opportunities to drive customer satisfaction up in the right direction. Nail your first-time fix rate goals. And so this is where we're going to be investing in solutions across all of Service Pro to really nail this. And to tie it back to those issues that we see in the field with with our customers, we want to help you deliver an AI strategy that's going to be effective and deliver on the things that you need to. We want to make technicians more productive right out of the gate. And we do want to be able to tap into all the data that you have so you can actually get some real ROI back from them. And so the solution, this early solution that we've delivered today, Service Pro AI. So candidly, even on the name, what we were thinking originally was probably going in a little bit of a different direction. But based on feedback directly from our customers, what you all were looking for is an AI solution that is completely integrated with your Service Pro investment. You've all spent a lot of time getting Service Pro up and running, getting your technicians to adopt it, getting your back office to use it every single day. And so what you really wanted was an integrated, seamless solution. So we went ahead and we said, okay, we're going to go and build that with our customers, for our customers. So, really proud to announce Service Pro AI is available. It works with the work order, the service appointment, the equipment information, even the knowledge bases that you've all configured and set up, all that data investment that you've already made to make your field service management application work. All of that data is working here with Service Pro AI. And the beauty about this, there's really no configuration you have to make. It's just a couple of minutes from when you get access to it to getting your first user set up. We've seen it live in a lot of customer calls. It's just incredible that it doesn't take months, it doesn't take weeks, it doesn't take an expensive professional services implementation to go and do this. You can actually do this with just a few clicks and in a couple of minutes, and we're going to show it to you here very soon. And in terms of the feature set, what's it delivering? What is Service Pro AI doing for my organization? We're helping drive within the field intelligence. So all of that data that you've already made that investment in from Service Pro, we're bringing it in, we're making it AI enabled, and we're helping you drive things like first-time fix rate and prevent truck rolls. We do service report automation. So I've been in the field with a lot of customers out there throughout my career in working with field service management software. So I've had a chance to work with customers that have done roadside assistance, they've been up on turbines, that have serviced power generating equipment, all sorts of different types of use cases out there. I have yet to meet a technician that likes to draft up and write out for service reports. And so what we're able to do now with AI is we can use all the data that they're capturing, they can talk to it, they can take pictures, we can generate these reports automatically. And the beauty about that is that in your back office systems where you have processes that are need to take these reports in, they need to take the information captured by users to go and do things like invoice. we can reduce the amount of time and effort it takes to do that. And we're seeing a lot of really great results from our early adopters. Technician troubleshooting is another big one. So one of the things that we know about field service and about technicians that are out there on the front lines, they are what we call multimodal data capture experts. So it's a really geeky way of saying, hey, they do more than just enter text and pick different values from forms. They take a lot of pictures. They use a lot of speech to text out there. And so what we're able to do now is we can give them a troubleshooting experience using your trusted data. So you pick the data that you want to be able to power the troubleshooting experience. You use your knowledge manuals, your work history, your technician service notes. You determine what it is. It's not just some random junk we're going to pull out from the internet like a lot of other LLMs do. And so we will have that in there, and the technician can just talk to it. They can listen to it. They can take pictures to interact with it. So it's really incredible technology. And when you hear us say multimodal, it's more, like I said, more than just those pick list values and text fields. It's talking to it. It's taking pictures around the corner. You're going to see video in there. So it's pretty incredible what this technology can do today. And we're just trying to ramp up your technicians and get them to be productive right out of the gate, and just help upskill them, help make them more, more productive, and help give them more confidence when they're out in the field. Before we jump in, we do want to share a bit about our own transformation with AI. So similar to what a lot of your organizations are going through, we've also asked ourselves as well, just what does AI look for? What does AI do for us? What's it going to do for MSI to help deliver on those core values that we established up front, to increase customer trust, to be able to really drive customer success, to be able to innovate, at the pace that we need to innovate and deliver for our customers. And so we've seen some outstanding results just within a few months of going in and using AI technologies. We're using it in development. Recently, I believe it was the last week or so, we got our first feature delivered with AI, where 85% of it was built entirely in there. So this is code that is pretty close to production quality. And what we are using is we're using our developers, our experts, to be able to help those AI agents go and write the code. We're using our QA team to go and test the code and validate it. And we're seeing some incredible results. And so a lot of the news you've been seeing in terms of the rapid advancements in these development platforms, it's very real. And we have some great proof points that we can share already around this. In the middle part, so at all facets of our organization, we're all AI enabled. We're using a lot of different tools, which one of the things that we'll also talk about in a moment here for our customers as well. And we're seeing a lot of really great success. We're taking projects that used to take weeks, and we're able to compress them into days, even hours in some cases. So this is across all functions, whether it's the product team using Claude to help draft briefs and create prototypes, our marketing team, which is helping generate assets and content, customer success team, our sales team looking through a lot of data and helping sift through it and try to get the right insights out of there. We're using AI embedded in all parts of our business, and we're seeing some incredible results. And last but not least, something that the key takeaway really for this slide more than anything, this is really about empowering humans, empowering people to do more. So you've probably seen a lot of CEOs boast in the market how they've been able to reduce roles, they've been able to reduce headcount by taking AI agents and deploying them throughout their organization. That doesn't map well with what I believe AI is really poised to do. What we're using AI for at MSI is to empower our team. They're upskilling. They're able to scale and deliver more. And they're able to really help our customers succeed at a much faster pace than they could before. So we're using it not as a tool to reduce the headcount, but really to empower the people that we have already. And hey, by the way, we're growing, so we do have some roles out there. So check out our site, and if you have any referrals, send them on through. But it's really important to know people are an incredible part of MSI. It's what makes our business run really well, and it's something that it's been consistent with every single customer that I've talked to. Hey, you've got an amazing team. We love working with them. Help them do more. And so with that, I want to go ahead and jump into the demo. So really excited to show you both the current state and where Service Pro AI is at today, and then a future state where we're pushing it towards, which is actually going to be delivered really soon on the roadmap. So let's take a look at the current state. We'll see what it looks like for someone in the back office who's setting this up and configuring it. And then we'll take a look at the technician experience as well, and how voice can now be one of those inputs that is used to help technicians in the field.
Let's look at the admin experience. Starting with setup. I'm logged in on an admin account. From the side panel, I'll click on Library. I'll upload 3 HVAC equipment manuals. The agent parses each manual and automatically extracts every model number. All model numbers are now in the system. No manual data entry needed. As an admin, I can also add a custom model number or lingo. For example, nicknames or shorthand, so the AI can pick up on my team's language and is able to find the correct manual. That's set up. Now, let's see the tech experience. I open up Service Pro AI, and I can see my appointments are loaded and ready, automatically pulled in from Service Pro 10. When there's an asset attached to the appointment, the app auto-detects the equipment. All I have to do is tap Yes to confirm. I can also upload a photo of the nameplate. The app reads it and extracts the make, model, and serial number automatically. Now, let's say I want to troubleshoot. I can unmute and say, I see fault code 11. What does this mean and how do I fix it?
Okay, let me look into the details of fault code 11. Now I'll handle the request.
The AI pulls exact steps from the manufacturer's manual my admin uploaded.
Fault code 11 means ID run fail. The motor ID run was not completed successfully. To fix it, check the motor connections to ensure they are correct and secure. After verifying and reseating the motor wiring and plugs, clear the fault and try the ID run again. Let me know if fault 11 returns after that.
When the job's done, I can ask the agent to generate an appointment summary. Okay, I checked the motor connections, they're correct and secure. I restarted the machine and it looks like the fault is cleared. Can you create an appointment summary for me?
Okay, let me prepare an appointment summary for you. Now, I'll handle the request. Appointment summary created and attached for order 3169. I have attached one unique photo from this chat.
The appointment summary contains all the necessary information. Customer information, equipment, service details, the work performed, parts and labor, and on the second page, a photo attached from the chat. I can also upload the appointment summary automatically to Service Pro.
So great. So these demos are always just super simple, and it shows you just how powerful the technology is. But under the hood, there's a lot that's going on there. Before I introduce the future features, to give you a sense of what's going on with Service Pro AI and why it works so easily and why we can deliver these demos that are just really fast moving and where we're seeing a lot of success. We have built it to automatically intake all the data that you have from Service Pro. So if you were to go at it on your own, you go and license something like ChatGPT or Claude, you have to build that integration yourself. We built a team of agents with instructions and with prompts under the hood that are allowing to power that experience. An agent that is specialized for that report creation, which we're going to continue to enhance. An agent that is specialized in that troubleshooting to go ahead and be able to ingest the data, to be able to tag it with the metadata that it's needed to run even faster and more accurately. And then on top of that, we've gone ahead and we built it in just one package, which is just easy to set up and configure. So go ahead at your own, absolutely a possibility and something you can do, but the amount of time, the effort, the cost, it starts to become really out of control fast in order to do it. So there's a tremendous amount of engineering time and value that goes in to deliver really simple, elegant demos like we just presented there. Now let's talk about the future. So we can iterate, we can develop capabilities really fast. So here's what's coming in the near term. We want to show you a sneak peek.
So here are upcoming some of the features. So the first one, based on the trial customers' feedback, that as an admin, you already have your existing content repositories, and those content repositories could be SharePoint, could be Google Drive, where your existing manuals are residing, and you would like directly to be those to be connected to the AI agent rather than uploading the manuals over here. So that's the first features for the admins itself. The second one is the pre-work brief. So as a field technician, usually you end up spending somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes before every job coming up to speed with what the job is about. Sometimes you would make phone calls to your fellow technicians to find out as to who the technician was the last who visited it, what they did on that particular asset. Now, all of that information is automatically collated from the service records and service notes and surface that to the field technicians. A lot of productivity gain over here, as well as when it comes to showing whether the asset is covered under warranty or not, it actually prevents the leakage of service revenue also. And if there is some critical part which is required for the job, being showing on the pre-work brief reminds the technicians to make sure they are able to bring that part along when they got the job signed. That itself reduces somewhere around 42% of the service repeat visits are due to lack of the availability part. So pretty critical. Now, also what we have heard from the trial customers is that not only just upload the appointment summary back to the Service Pro platform, but it would be great that the system, the AI agents themselves could automate some of the transaction. There's one example over here as to the system is automatically transacting on behalf and recording information in the system on behalf of the field technician. Now, last but not least, based on all the trial customers' feedback, now the appointment summary, when a field technician uploads it, also ends up in the notes field over here, as you can see in the appointments, as well as with the AI agents. If there are notes which are not refined yet, AI agent can pick them up also from the Service Pro platform and refine them automatically for you if need be. That's it. Thank you.
Great. It's a great demo. And so what you're seeing in there is that we get feedback in and we action it right away. So you saw in the initial demo, the upload process is manual, but now we want to have integrations directly in there. So it's just a couple of clicks in order to get set up and going. And then on the technician front, we just want to reduce friction. We know you've all made big investments to have customers adopt Service Pro Mobile. And so we want to reduce the amount of friction that it takes for technicians to get through and to be able to adopt AI. And so we're really focused and really obsessed about it. So reducing the number of steps, if we can kill another screen, if we can make it so that it's seamlessly integrated and so you don't have to break out the technician workflow that they're used to going, that's really where we're building experiences. And so what I want to do is invite Chuck from IPS to our fireside chat part of it here. Chuck has been an amazing customer. He has worked with us very early on since we started this AI journey, and has been working closely with our R&D team, with our forward deployed engineers, which we'll talk about in a moment, and just really been amazing to get his feedback and have him help shape where we're going. So Chuck, maybe so welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'd love to, just maybe tell the audience a little bit about IPS, about your business, and about yourself. Chuck, you have like a pretty incredible background.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much for inviting me to this, Michael. I hope everyone can hear me okay. I was hired at IPS. IPS is a nationwide company specializing in power, whether it's power switching, power plants. We have over 5,000 employees. I work in the power systems divisions, and we specialize in generators, power generators, repair, installation, servicing, and we are the COLA distributor for the state of Florida. They hired me on as the service manager of one of the branches because I have an IT and a software background. I have no generator background. So why not make me a manager? So they hired me mainly to run a branch and to take Service Pro and get it up, get it running, work with MSI and get everyone trained. And eventually they moved me out of the service manager role because it took a lot of time. And I'm strictly now a software project manager, database programmer, specializing in Service Pro.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks for sharing the IPS and a little bit about yourself. And so I'd love for you maybe just take a few moments to share a bit about your AI journey so far at IPS. So you've done some work with us on Service Pro AI. I think you guys have looked at other solutions as well. How's that journey gone? Anything that you could help the audience just kind of understand and learn from?
Sure, most definitely. Right now, we're in the beginning of the AI, just like the beginning of the internet. This is the wild west of AI right now. Everybody is throwing out AI systems left and right, and that's all you hear in the news. You hear it's going to replace people. It's not going to replace people. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. So you really don't know what to believe out there. So a lot of AI systems out there are internet based. So if there's a flaw in the data that it's picking, that's what you're going to get. If it doesn't know the answer, the AI, which we learned at the MSI conference, they had an AI expert. If the AI system does not know the correct answer, it'll make up anything and tell you. Now, the difference is the MSI AI system is a closed system, an enterprise system, which we control the data that we're uploading. We're not going out to the internet to get our answers. We're getting the information from the data that we upload, which makes this journey pretty easy, because if we control the content, then we don't have to worry about bad information getting back. Right now, technicians are using whatever, whether it's Chat GPT, whether it's whatever they can find, they're using. And that's not what we want. We want to be able to control this content in the AI, and having it work with the software that pretty much we rely on for our field service techs makes it even a no-brainer at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that makes perfect sense. Like, especially in your business, it's mission critical. There's a huge safety element to it as well, as I can imagine. You've got mechanical components, you've got electrical components, and so it's really important to make sure they're using trusted sources. And then I think to your point about using other options out there, the data that they're generating out there, one, who knows where it goes, and then two, does it ever make its way back into Service Pro? It makes it a lot more difficult for those techs to be able to do that. So like I said, a lot of it I think can get lost very, very quickly. So what are maybe some of okay, so you've been an early adopter here, and I think you gave really great feedback early on. We actually had the just pull information from the internet and your sources enabled, and I think once you started to test it, you're like, wait a minute, now this is causing hallucinations and it's not getting the right information back to us. So we went ahead and we prioritized just focusing on just your data and putting the right guardrails in place for it. So like your direct feedback shaped the product there. I'm curious, like what are some of the other key learnings that you've had out there with AI? Even from your own role, anything in the experiences, anything that you've used it for that's been particularly interesting. I'm curious if there's anything there you can share with the customers here.
I have an incredible story.
Okay.
As I said earlier, I'm not a generator technician, so I'm working strictly with Service Pro and the software. And they said, hey, could you do us a favor? Can you be our marine generator technical support rep for the dealers? I go, no. They said, well, so it's not a question. So I have these installers and technicians call me about Kohler marine generator technicians, and I'm supposed to be the expert to give them the answer. A very interesting call the other day was they had an injector fault, and I don't know anything about it. I worked with the AI system, and it actually found the problem was a fuel pump, which happened to be on the same circuit as the injector fault. It told me how it's a low voltage change, and it actually pointed me out where to look. And I explained this to the technician over the phone. He thought I was some sort of genius, and I'm just snickering quietly in the background. And I was very impressed by that. I tried to recreate the same thing in Chat GPT, and it did not. It wanted me to replace the injectors. So it was a great test, and it was a great experience with that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think that saves a truck roll. Your technician is on site with a customer. They turn into a hero. All good. And so it was that's even a use case that I think we actually hadn't even thought of. Is just now you could also empower people in the back office to also just tap into that knowledge and tap into that AI. So it doesn't necessarily even have to be the people out in the field. So that's pretty awesome. To go through and uncover that and save a bunch of money and keep your customer happy. So Chuck, like you've been here with this fireside chat. I appreciate you taking the time. We know you're incredibly busy. I'd love to know, like, what should we go build next? Like, what is the Chuck feature that we should go and have in the AI product that we should build for you?
Well, you all heard me crowing about this. It's actually two features. Anybody who uses Service Pro knows that the appointment notes create your history. I would love the AI to put the summary in the appointment notes. And the big thing would be the interacting with the inspection reports. I think that's absolutely huge. We kind of market our inspections to be the most comprehensive on the market. Plus, we also have um, regulating agencies like ACA. They want to make sure, because you don't want to be on the operating table, lose power, and have the generator not work. That would be a bad day. So ACA oversees these inspections. So they're very comprehensive. They're long, and there's nothing I would like to see more than the technician just talking to the phone, and the phone actually Jack the AI telling the technician what step he's on. Check the voltage on L1 to L2. What is the voltage? And they just talk it right back to them. And now you have the inspection complete. It uploads the inspection that automatically gets emailed to the customer. The tech's not taking his gloves on and off every second to fill this out on his phone. I think that would be incredible to see that.
Yeah, I love those call outs. We've had other customer conversations around that. So I think that you're really calling out a couple of pain points that I think every tech in the field faces. So absolutely, we're gonna go get it done. We're gonna build those. And you'll be the first to know, Chuck. And so and our team, we'll work with you. We'll shape it, and then we'll work with our rest of our customer base, because I'm sure inspections, like I said, I have yet to meet a tech out in the field who loves to write reports or fill out forms. And so they're like, yes, I can go ahead and I can talk to ChatGPT my way home to, produce a list, a grocery list, whatever it is. Like I should be able to just do the same thing for work. So we want to enable that. We want to make it consumer, reduce the friction. And yeah, so feedback like that, incredibly valuable. Chuck, thank you tremendously from me and from the rest of the team at MSI and from our customers on the webinar for taking just a few minutes out of your day to come and chat with us. That really, really powerful feedback. I hope that everyone else got a ton of value out of it too.
I appreciate the invite. Thank you very much. If you don't mind, I'd like to hang around and hear the rest.
Of course, yeah, for sure. Keep us honest. Make sure that it is actually on the roadmap. Okay, so I want to introduce our new head of product, Alok Patel. Alok has joined us from Salesforce. We worked together there for several years. He's touched all different types of parts of field service products. He understands mobility and the challenges that you all have around offline and syncing. He led the asset capability where he built functionality, built features, and he worked with customers that helped manage billions of assets stored in a very large system of record that we had at at Salesforce. And Alok is relatively new in role here, but he's been making a huge impact. And so Alok, go ahead and take it away. I'd love for you to introduce yourself also briefly, and then go into some of the exciting updates.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael. Really appreciate that. And hello, everybody. Name is Alok Patel. VP slash head of product at MSI Data. And before I begin, I definitely want to do one call out to Chuck so that whatever Chuck just shared is actually mirrors most of our trial customer sentiments and feedback also. So thank you, Chuck. Really appreciate that. And what our team has done working with the trial customers and early adopters is that they have condensed all of those findings and learnings into different categories and the patterns. And Michael, if you can go to next. And over here, what you see is the top 3 learnings we have out of all our trial programs and the early adopters. So the first one is the knowledge loss or knowledge gap. What we are seeing in the marketplace is that the senior field technicians who are retiring from the workplace, they may not have left behind the documented knowledge within the system itself. And at the same time, the junior field technicians who are coming on the job site, they need to have their entire asset context, the knowledge history, so they can be really, really productive and effective and be also confident to deliver the high first time fix rate, I would say. So that's one knowledge gap and the knowledge loss. The second one is the fragmented tools, where what we have observed field technicians use on an average somewhere around 3 to 4 different apps. And I'm sure this actually resonates with all of you customers also, because a field technician would use a field service app to look up field service information. They would look up manual information lookup on a manual app if there is one. There is another system to look up parts. At times, they would also look up something around warranty or e-commerce. So you are looking at field technicians whose real job is to do that break, fix, and maintenance. They are doing the swivel chair of applications just to look up information itself. So that's the second bucket or the second pattern, the fragmented tools, I would say. Now, the third one is the field constraints. As you already know, your field technicians are already working in either a high noise, very noisy environment. There could be some unsafe environment also. And the technology which we provide to them need to really make sure that they are able to provide their feedback while they are doing their job in a very efficient way. So in a way, going back to Chuck's feedback about voice captured inspections or voice driven inspections, one of the features we built is tap to talk, mainly around to making sure that we are able to capture voice or the audio notes every increment when the field technician is ready itself, I would say. So these are 3 different patterns. And as I alluded, these are all shaping up our product strategy and product roadmap. Let's go to the next slide. And before we jump into the roadmap, I want to showcase something which is very powerful. This is something called a photo to summary feature we rolled out somewhere around 2 weeks ago. And you won't believe the couple of trial customers gave us this feedback somewhere around a month ago. And the feedback was that the field technicians who are at the job site, they are taking pictures, but those pictures and photos are not making back to the Service Pro platform at all. And internally, we had this aha moment as to, hey, how about all the interactions those field technicians are having with our AI agents could be summarized, and automatically those photos could be part of the appointment summary itself. That could solve the issue, and we would have rich data hygiene from the field service data perspective. And by the way, if you notice, that's the feature I'm talking about, the feature you saw in the demo also, where the appointment summary was already picking up the nameplate as part of it itself. And this aha moment led to our development building the photo to summary pipeline, and that was within days. And overall, the feature was delivered within weeks, I would say. And by the way, yes, you heard it right, within weeks, because in my past life at other enterprise companies or any other startups or any other companies, you would see that such a feature would take somewhere around at least 2 or 3 months to develop. At MSI, because as Michael mentioned, the transformation we have gone through the AI, we are rapidly delivering features. And this is also due to us working very closely with our trial customers, as AI engagements are pretty high touch itself, I would say. Now, from a roadmap perspective, this is what we are planning from our perspective. So Feb 24th, last month, we rolled out two different features or two different AI agents. One to help you technical troubleshooting, and second is the post-appointment summary. Now, starting today for the next 45 days, what we are going to focus on is the technician productivity. And that also includes Chuck's feature around the voice-driven inspections, trying to make sure that, hey, the field technicians are able to capture those inspections via voice as much as possible. Now, this also includes the pre-work brief feature, which you earlier saw in the demo, where the AI agent will go through different systems. It will look at your documents, it will look at your service history, it will look at your equipment history, it will also look at your any knowledge articles and bring up right asset context and the knowledge. So the field technicians, when they are going at the job site, they have that entire pre-brief, the knowledge to be very confident and also deliver high first time fix rate. And that's why the mantra is stop wasting truck rolls for the next 45 days. And before I go to the next one, I do want to point out over here is that you are seeing the roadmap in number of days. And that's because of the AI transformation we have gone through. And it's not months, it's not kind of years or quarters, it's number of days. Now, beyond 45 days, 46 to 90 days, our focus will be mainly on the back office and mainly around the revenue realization. What we want to do is drastically reduce your time to invoice and your time to warranty claim. What our AI agents are going to do is look at all your completed work and then try to auto generate invoice compliant friendly, warranty claims compliant friendly notes and the documentation so that the humans just have to submit that claim itself and all the summaries and that all of the documentations are already ready for them. That's pretty powerful. And that's why our mantra is your back office runs itself, I would say. Now, beyond 90 days, as Michael called out in the vision, is us enabling all our customers to monetize assets and monetize your install base. We want to derive value from your asset records and your asset knowledge. And the way we're going to do is the AI agents are going to mine through thousands of your service interactions, and they're going to surface either a repair versus replace recommendation, upsell versus cross-sell recommendation. It will also actually recommend and suggest if an asset is nearing the end of life, then could that be end of life conversations could be had with those conversations a year in advance or 6 months in advance, whatever the case may be. And that's all leads to mainly around revenue opportunities surfacing automatically. And that's what we are shooting for. And we're very proud to work with all our trial customers and work with you to make it a reality, I would say. Over to you, Michael.
Yeah, appreciate it, Alok. I'm really excited about the innovation that we are delivering and that we have planned. And so, yeah, you did mention, Alok mentioned our trial program. And so this is really unique. It's different, something that we haven't really done at MSI Data before. And I actually haven't really seen too many other FSMs doing a similar motion like we have here. And so what I've learned in working with customers on AI engagements, whether it was here, whether it was at my past company, AI is probably, this is the most high touch type of software that you really need in order to be successful. So what does that mean? It means that we have to invest our time, our expertise in helping you get up and running with it. I firmly believe that if you're out there, you're looking at other providers, what we're offering here is something unique, and that we want to have unpaid engagements through this to get you up, to get you running. We feel it's really critical for us to have a lot of skin in the game beyond just giving you the software. And so we are firmly committed to every single trial customer and early adopter to engage with you really deeply. So what does that mean? It means we're going to put our people together with yours to make this successful. We have our forward deployed engineers. So we're not selling services in order for you to light up AI and get it going. We really have built this in a way that is integrated with what you have already. You flip it on, you're ready to go in a few minutes, and you can have some support, technical support from our forward deployed engineers who are from our professional services team. So you've worked with many of them, you know and love them. And they're really responsible to help your team be successful from the get-go. We're not putting a cap on the number of days. We do not disengage until you have met your high bar for success. Your technicians are adopting it. You're realizing value. On top of that, our R&D team is also deeply engaged and embedded with these customers. Product engineering, your strategic account managers. So, Colleen, Alyssa, Derek, all engaged really deeply here as well. So you get a team that's fully dedicated to you. And that's what's helping us improve the product, by the way. We're seeing how your technicians are adopting it. We're seeing those points of friction, and we're actioning it right away. And we're delivering new capabilities every single week. So those paper cut type of things, which are really preventing techs from being able to adopt it freely, we're taking care of those as we go in. So we observe, we're out there. We're even committing to go out with customers in the field. We do want our people to feel some of the pain firsthand that your technicians are facing. Go out into those environments where we're seeing them work with gloves, where it's hot, where it's cold, in certain parts, depending on where you're at in the US. And we are seeing exactly how to make their lives easier. And then, last but not least, you get a seat at the table. We truly believe that we are an opportunity here to not only shape what we're doing for MSI, but what we're doing for an entire category of software. I firmly believe that we will create new experiences. We will leverage AI to go and really transform the way that field service management software looks and feels. We're going to get copied before you know it. So be part of it, be able to point back to it, say you made an impact, you get a seat at the table with us to deeply engage and really influence where we're going with the products. And so, call to action here, join our trial. We have a lot more signups than we have capacity right now. But we want to get more in there. So please don't let that deter you. We want to work with you. Okay. So there's a lot of excitement from our customer base. We have customers that are coming in new to MSI as well, who are intrigued and really interested with this. So sign up, let us connect with you, and then let's see how we can make you once again successful with what we're building and get you involved to help shape our direction. And then last but not least here, we are coming to a city near you. So we have planned visits where myself and some of the team members who you're familiar with and new team members like Alok are going to go out there and join. So in Charlotte, in Tampa at the end of April, Denver and Houston in May. And by the way, if you're near one of these hubs or you can travel, you can commit, I would encourage you to join. We are going to get together with groups of customers. Think of it as a really intimate advisory session. Not only do you get to engage with us and get to talk about the product and where your business needs us to really go, but you also get to engage with other customers. You can make those connections. And we've found from conversations with customers that, hey, connecting with others in similar lines of businesses or that are facing similar challenges, whether it's consolidating because you continue to buy a lot of businesses, whether you're facing the same worker shortage, being able to get on site, compare notes with each other, and build those connections is critical. One thing I do want to call out is if your city is not here and you say, hey, Michael, I can't really make it out to Denver on May 12th, but I'd still love us to connect. Send us an email, marketing@msidata.com. I want to get on the road. I want to spend time with you all. I want to get to visit as many of you. So if you're not near one of these hubs, please reach out, let us know, and we will figure out how to get some time together. But if you are, check out that QR code down in the bottom right, save your spot. We would love to see you at these. We've already got really great set of customers that are locked in and loaded for these dates, but we will always take on more. And so with that, I want to just maybe take it to Q&A. So we've got roughly about 10 minutes left in the hour here. And so I'm sure as we've given you a ton of information, we've pointed the fire hose at the audience here. There's a lot of new info coming out. You've got questions, and so we're here to answer them. What where should we start? Maybe we can have either Tracy or Alina help give us some guidance on where what questions have come in.
Yeah, no problem. So we have got Paul asked, are there plans to use AI for customer notifications via text message and email for appointment reminders from the back office and en route message from the field techs? And that's also in the chat, Michael and Alok.
Yeah, I love that question. So I'm actually a firm believer that the app is only one touch point or one experience for your technicians. I think that SMS, WhatsApp, email, and even phone is an important set of channels. These are important channels that the agents should be able to get on and to be able to perform outreach to your technicians or directly to your customers. So absolutely in plan. And something that we are going to deliver. But if your technicians can do a lot of their job just with picking up a phone call, maybe you eliminate some of the training of having to use an app. As a result of that, I actually think that's a really powerful story to be able to tell, whether it's a phone call or a text message. Alok, I don't know if you have any other thoughts or feedback you want to pepper in there.
No, that's perfect. Absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So great request, something we're thinking about, and we will have it on the roadmap, and we'll communicate out when we think we'll deliver that. But that's something that will happen this year.
Awesome. All right. Our next question from Gina. Will this software give the technicians visibility to site history? Right now, they cannot view previous notes, parts, photos, etc. from past service calls.
Yeah, go ahead, Alok, take that one.
Oh, love this question. Absolutely. That's the goal. And that's what when we shared in the roadmap, the next 45 days we're going to focus on is that particular technician productivity, access to the information which they didn't have. And this pre-work brief functionality also would be customizable and configurable. So as a customer, if you don't want your technicians to have access to warranty information, you would be able to say, don't look at the warranty documents or don't look at the coverage information, just provide the site history, asset history, and also you'll be able to control as to how far back in the overall calendar you can go. You can define by last n number of work orders or n number of appointments, whatever the case may be. But absolutely, site history, service history, asset history. And also, by the way, some of our customers will also ask for something around if there is something specific to that particular safety related indication which needs to be surfaced to the technician, then that also needs to be part of that pre-work brief. So 100% agree.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, and you didn't really see it too much in the demo, but the structured data is already there, part of the experience, meaning like the work order, the appointment information, the info about the asset. So the data is being pulled into the same structure that you have from Service Pro. I think what also makes it really unique with the AI experience is now you have an agent where you can ask questions about it. So you can go through, interrogate it in sort of this like unstructured free-form way. Just ask it a question. Who was the last tech that visited on site? And so it has that intelligence to be able to go and do that instead of even having to go and sift through a database and go find that. So we see the interactions are a lot quicker and just a lot more intuitive.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
I see other questions coming in, so this is exciting.
We've got quite a few more. So
amazing.
We got 7 minutes to go. So okay. Next question, for the manuals that are uploaded to the AI, are those shared with other customers? So maybe you guys can talk to data security.
Yeah, I think we should talk about security, and then Alok, go ahead and cover this one.
So your data is your data, and your manuals, your documentation could be your IP itself. There is no mixing of your data with any other customers at all. Every customer gets their own library. And this is all part of the Service Pro platform. Your Service Pro platform and your Service Pro data is unique to you, and that's secure and private to you. AI agents are not mixing or doing any cross learnings from your domain to somebody else's domain. Definitely not. It's only for your tenant, only for your org, and only for your customer, I would say. So yeah, these manuals are your IP. And if you're using OEM manuals, that could be the OEM IPs. So yeah, there's no cross-pollination going at all. Your data is secure, just like the Service Pro platform today, I would say.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Okay, we got a question from Rosie. Did you say AI reads through previous inspection reports and generates a summary? How far back does it go?
Great question again. This goes back to the pre-work brief. So it will be a configuration and the customization option for the customers as to what you want the AI agent to go through and how far back in time or how many instances of the work order, inspection reports, or the appointments you want to go have that go through, and then it will summarize itself. So it will be controlled by per customer. And as I said that some customers want only the site history and the service history and the asset history. They do not want warranty information. You'll be able to cherry pick and customize. So absolutely, you will be able to control how far you want to go into the inspections. And by the way, this would be specific to that asset and specific to that equipment itself. So you can control what the individual sees and how far it can go back in time. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to make this as simple as we possibly can. We'll have a default view. So you'll have a perspective that's out of the box, and then you can change the configuration. The nice part about this and the way that we're building these admin experiences, you didn't see any code needing to be written in order to configure, for example, the knowledge base. Just very intuitive. Once it's in there, the AI runs through it. And then, if you want to enhance it with a little point and click type of configuration where you type a few things, that's possible today within the troubleshooting setup. And so we envision the same thing being applied to the work briefings and to any other feature where just very simple point and click, you tell it a natural language, it will go and figure it out for you. We want to make this easy.
Okay.
I saw a few other questions coming in.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got one from Erica. Does the appointment summary replace our existing custom work order report, or will it be added as a new note under the notes section? We're currently using the appointment notes at the bottom of the appointment section for initial instructions from the back office to the technician. So we want to keep that separate.
Absolutely. You will be able to dictate and configure, say, as to where that appointment summary goes back. And that's one of the things Michael mentioned, as well as you heard Chuck say there are two Chuck features. The first feature, he wants that appointment summary to go back to a specific user-defined field, and that would be your configuration. If you, as Michael mentioned, it could default to notes summary at the notes at the bottom if you would like. But yeah, absolutely. By the way,
yeah, we've heard that for sure.
and also just want to call out that today, if you try out the functionality, the appointment summary already goes back to the documents as a PDF, as well as it goes on the equipment record, and you are able to see that today itself. It doesn't interfere with your existing practices of a notes field or anything at all. I would say, just want to call that out. The existing functionality already has that information going back to the service pro also, I would say.
Yeah, great.
Okay, we got a couple more from Gorkum. Is it possible to move equipment with serial number to a different site? Same customer with different site.
Great feedback. That's not something we have today. That's something we could consider, mainly around what you're looking as changing the location or the site information about the equipment. And that would be also part of the doing the transaction on behalf of the field technician. That would be something definitely could consider for sure, I would say.
Yeah, and if you would be okay, like we'd love to follow up with you
Exactly.
directly on this. So we'll take the chat name down, and if it's okay, we'll reach out to you directly because I think I would love to learn a little bit more about that specific use case.
100%.
But that's great. Yeah, I'm sure it's very valid, and there's others that are shaking their say that's very similar to what we need. That's great. Thank you.
All right. And one more from Rosie. Does AI work for back office people, help with BI reporting? Example, me asking it to tell me how far off was my dispatcher on scheduled hours versus worked.
So this is something 46 days onwards when we are going to focus on the back office. That's where we are trying to see AI agents could actually look at your trends analysis, your intelligence itself. So for example, one of the examples feedback we are getting from the trial customers is also that are there patterns within the parts itself? Is there a certain part which is being faulty found in a certain region? Those things we are exploring as to, hey, how could we put the BI itself on the steroids itself, leveraging AI agents? There were internal discussions we are having exactly on the same topic. So absolutely, that's something on our minds and we are discussing internally. Absolutely, Rosie. And by the way, Rosie, as Michael mentioned, would be love to get more feedback on that particular also, if we can reach out to you.
Okay, great. We've got one more with 1 minute to go. How is Service Pro AI different from standard LLMs? This is probably a good one to end on here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a few points here, and then Alok, you can always pepper in a little bit more commentary. So think about the standard out of the box LLMs you get from some of those major hyperscalers, whether it's OpenAI, Google, or Claude or Anthropic. So they're giving you a hammer and tool, a hammer and nail, and so they're saying, hey, go out and build your own your own AI, implement it into here. If you let it loose, you're going to find that the LLMs are pretty solid, but there's enough depth in the details of each one of your businesses, especially in field service management, that you probably need it to know and to learn a little bit better. So that's going to take some advanced configuration in order to get there. You're going to need to generate your own prompts. Okay, and I've worked with plenty of customers to where prompt engineering is a very tough task for someone to pick up and be super successful without a lot of practice and a lot of iteration. You're going to have to build your own guardrails. You're going to have to build your own connectors to get the data in. So we do use a lot of those. We do use those LLMs as foundational, but what we've built is a lot of that plumbing that you need in order to make it work for a field service use case on top of it. So there's a lot of specialization that goes into it. We've got experts in R&D. We've got experts like Alok and myself who have worked with customers and been in this domain for a while. So we know how to build on top of these platforms to be able to really make it valuable and trustworthy for your organizations. Alok, if you have anything else to add, feel free.
The only other thing I would add is that those generic LLMs, ChatGPT, Copilot, or Grok, or Gemini, they are great in summarizing all the information you have. But based on the questions we are seeing, you would like more in-depth integration with your Service Pro platform itself. Those LLMs won't be able to do so. And also, the other thing we are looking at the questions also is that you have your proprietary data. You're going to now leverage ChatGPT or some other LLMs within your Service Pro platform. That's going to collide a lot from security and privacy perspective, not even talking about any learning and all of that. So yeah, absolutely.
And I think even going back to what Chuck shared, like from his perspective, just hearing it directly from a customer, I mean, he's tried them out and he's seen mixed results in some of those things. So, I mean, I'd even encourage you all, to go and try it out. Ask ChatGPT or ask Claude about your business. What does it get right? What does it get wrong? Ask it about the technician workflows. Ask it about the back office and your specific processes for scheduling appointments. And you'll get a sense of hey, a lot of the responses, they sound really good. And then you go, wait a minute, there are nuances in there that are critical to how your operation runs. It's just not going to understand without a lot of input and a lot of help for you. We've designed this to be as seamless as possible, truly get set up and going in minutes, and start getting value without having to do major investments. And the trial customers, one of the key things that comes up, the pricing is going to be very competitive with what you're looking at already in those solutions. So we really want to make this successful, make it work for you, and really give you a shot at taking AI into your organizations and being super successful. So we're about 3 minutes over. We will commit to any chat questions that we didn't get to following up on them directly. The webinar is recorded, and I believe we will post it, and we will also follow up with a blog post that summarizes everything that we covered up today. We might use a little bit of AI to help us there. And so I appreciate everyone's time, the engagement, the questions. Chuck, once again, you're amazing. And thank you all, and looking forward, hopefully, to see you all very soon in person at one of our roadshow stops. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.